Good to see you.
Alright there, Revenants, welcome back to Code Vein in the Road to 100, and today we have a little bit of a different style of how we are going to play Prometheus. So typically we have done a lot of sword slashing and some gift hybridizing, and today we're going to look at developing the Bayonet like a master. And so today, every time we get a kill on an enemy, we're going to get 5% of our health back, which is going to play into the use of blood sacrifice, that every time we use blood sacrifice, we will be reducing our health by 5%. So if we get a kill and then we use blood sacrifice, we will basically be netting 0 health loss for 6 ichor. And since every shot takes only 2 ichor, we should be netting out in the end more health and so on and so forth than we are actually going to be generating. So this is kind of complicated in the fact that we absolutely need to be using all of our gifts here along the way, and we have to mix in the very special ability of being able to parry our shots. So as we come up to this fella here, we do this and then we parry immediately after, and you see there that we just did 30,000 damage for absolutely free. And any time that we come up to literally anybody here, we can go for backstabs to get free health and free ichor. And we are going to absolutely kill anything that we come up against. And because we have Night Stalker on, we can actually move on here and continue to regain health along the way. So you'll see that we may or may not need ranged impact, and that's completely fine if we don't. So we can try this here again, and you can see that we do not indeed need ranged impact, and we can just continue moving through the tower here. And since we already used some ichor, we will definitely get back our ichor there, and now we are at a 5% cost for our health. But that's okay, no problem there. And as we come up here, we want to shoot this guy before he comes over here. So 10,000 is not exactly amazing. So let's go ahead and get this going. Okay. And if we can, whoops, I was going to say if we can come around the back and get a backstab, but that did not happen. So now we have to reset up Reaper and Flashing Fang, which is no problem here for us. We'll just have to wait just a few seconds and everything will be back up to tip-top shape. So we'll get these going, good, and then we will go for this fella. And he's dead, which is great. And now we don't want to miss this shot on this guy, so we're going to move to an angle here where we can actually hit him. Good, and we are getting back our health along the way, which is very, very nice. So again, we will only use our gifts when we need to. And now let's see if we can gun down some monkeys here. Good, there's one. And as you see, we are indeed getting back our health here along the way. Let's see if we can aim at Monkey Brain up here. Good, got it. And let's see about this one. So every time we do a parry, we cancel out the fact that we did a bullet shot, and so we are able to recover all of that health, all of that ability here to keep everything active. And so it is very, very, very nice that we are indeed able to simply one-shot everything as we go through each of the areas. Now, obviously, for the invasion, this is not really going to work very well, if at all, which is why we bring along the Crimson Longsword for the fight, and that turns into just a simple sword fight where we have to develop our sword buckler abilities here. As we get into that fight, it's literally just us trying to get as many backstabs and such here as possible without getting too crazy here. Okay. And we do have a serious problem for this invasion of just, actually trying to stay alive. So that is a real problem for us. But we should be able to get through here with our backstabs and such. Nothing super special here, right? But it's just literally us playing a sword play here to keep ourselves alive and such. Okay, and let's go for this. And Reaper will help us on backstabs here considerably, as you can see there. And this will also get our I-core count higher for later as we continue through the Spire. So it's very important that we... Oh, okay. It's very important that we actually keep all of our setups here alive and well. And so as these guys come running forward, we can go for a couple of shots here. Okay, good. Okay, now this guy. Okay, good. Okay, and that is very, very good that we got a backstab there on that guy. So we can take care of him. And again, we're just trying to cap out our I-core here. No problem. And you can see that for this invasion, we actually, I guess, did it no hit. Or maybe we got hit once. I think we got hit once. But that's okay. No problem here. And so now we can switch back to our Bayonet onslaught here. It is a solid start. You're right, Louis. Okay, and good. We have 10 I-core now for Cleansing Light. So we can, again, develop our I-core here as we go along. So there's 4... our 5% health that we need to get back, and there's and we actually were too close for the Bayonet, but that's okay, and we'll get our health back here. Good. And let's see about this fellow without our attack there. Nope, and he was too close again, so Reaper activated yet again. So unfortunate. So if you are far enough away, and that is what the tower here, the Crypt Spire, offers you, is it offers you Bayonet at a distance in a pretty healthy environment here to get a very, very, very good distance between you and the enemies. So it is a perfect place to attempt these kinds of endeavors here. For example, this fella, he's far enough away that we can actually use our Bayonet parry at a distance. And this fella, he is, exceptionally important to kill without too much problem. And that is exactly what we can do. Thank you, Louis. Good. We'll get that guy. And then here is this Bayonet fool. And Louis is blocking for us, so we can use him to great effect. Very, very, very good. Okay, so you can see that just having the ability to get back the amount of ichor that is necessary to use your bayonet shots is all about, you know, healing yourself while at the same time collecting as much ichor as you can. And the invasion was really important just to get us up to a max of 40 ichor here, so we can continue building our ichor stocks as we go along, so we don't have any issues with Flashing Fang and Merciless Reaper. So, you know, this is another one of those stories in vein of, you know, why does it work? And the reality is that, well, Vayne just does what it wants to do for most things, and this is one of those wonderful interactions that you can develop here. And as you can see, it makes the Crypt Spire pretty simple, essentially, as you go along. And there's no real pressure to this, and you're able to simply mosey on through at a pretty healthy clip here. And because of Night Stalker, no one is actually trying to engage with us because of the fact that we are, you know, silently invisible to most of the enemy, the enemies that are paying attention to us. And so we are able to slip by here, kind of no questions asked, as you can see. And this fella... Oh, okay. And a double shot there. Definitely took us down. So now it is all about just getting backstabs, and we can use our sword now if we need to. So that is kind of the downside to this, is that if you do indeed go down like that, there's really nothing you can do about it. Just because of the fact that, you know, everything is kind of on a timer of before you actually, you know, head to your death. And so here, what we are taking advantage of is just the fact that we have a very, very, very high damage ceiling with what we can do to the hunters in black. And this is a great way to take advantage of their weaknesses. Okay, so let's go for these, and let's get this going, and these going. Good. And then let's go for these hunters. You cannot target them. You can, but you can actually shoot them if you line up your hair. Oops, okay. And there we go. And then we have to shoot La Monkey. Okay, let's see if we can actually aim that high. Good. Okay. And this one? No. Oh, he got stuck. Okay, well, whatever. Good on him. So you can see that we're pretty much at the top of the tower, and we've had pretty much zero headache, zero problem. We've had literally no engagements with any of the enemies except those few folks there on the bridge and the invasion itself. Okay, and here we'll shoot this guy. And so if you shoot and then oh my goodness, look at that. What a lucky lottery ticket we got there. How awesome. And I've been looking for those through the 75 times we've been through here, and let's see how many of those do we have. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've gotten 6 out of 75 runs through this area. So pretty low percentage, below 10%. So probably about 7% or 5% is probably where the total is. But there we go. We have made it to the top of the Crypt Spire with literally no issues, no real headaches, no problems whatsoever, and doing a healthy 30,000 damage on the Hunters in Black is a pretty crazy way to go about this. So you don't necessarily need the Libertador. So if we were to go back to the beginning, and I can show you a couple different bayonets here in how they operate for you know, how much damage you can actually do. And so really what it is the fact that these guys are weak to pierce damage. And so if we just use these two gifts plus Louis, you'll see there's 14,000. Whoops. Okay. And so you can use even some of the bayonets that are on the lower end of the damage scale, and you can see that that was only Flashing Fang and Merciless Reaper. So if we this time go for overdrive, you can see that with Louis active, we have plenty of damage, 16,000. Now you do need over 20,000 for the Stone Crushers, the big fat boys. So there are a couple of bayonets that can get you there. The Black Bayonet is one of them. Now for this kind of a setup, you want to be going for the Fortified, no matter what bayonet you go for. Because of the interaction with Flashing Fang. So that is important to go for that kind of business, to ensure that you are getting the most maximum you can get out of this. So you can see that there that was not successful, that we did not kill him in one shot. And so like the Libertador and the Argent Wolf bayonet would do. And so those are the recommendations, are the Argent Wolf Bayonet and the Libertador Fortified. Now, you know, some folks really do love the Brodea because of its extended range, or the Queenslayer Bayonet. So I'll show you here why with the same gifts active, the damage difference as to why these are not recommended. So you can see there, oh, thanks Louis. It did not kill this guy in one hit, and so it is obviously less than the Libertador and the Argent Wolf Bayonet. And if we look at the Queenslayer Bayonet, which also some have come to enjoy as well, there are some subtle differences in the damage of these, and so that is where you want to make sure that you are you see there it's an entire 1,000 less, so not it's on the lower end of the bayonet damage values. So Libertador and Argent Wolf Bayonet, those will be your two bayonets for this setup in order to yield the most damage that you're going to be looking for as you go along here. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching, and enjoy the bayonet parry, and literally walking your way to victory as you go through the Crypt Spire with literally no problems at all. The only thing that gives you some trouble is the invasion, and that, as you saw, if you just go for the parries, you can literally one-shot almost everything with your backstabs, and the Crimson Longsword is a great way to recover Ichor along the way. So anyways, thank you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow for the Blade Baron Cannoneer and possibly Mito. They might be done together, we'll see, but I'll see you then. Take care, bye.